Hiya, another video. I wanted to talk about the number one program, or really the number one machine that is manipulating, controlling and abusing consciousness inside the egg-shaped hollow larger machine that consciousness resides in. If you haven't seen any of my stuff already, any of my blogs, then this reality that we live in is just a projection. We project ourselves here. Anything in this reality, from a tree to a human being to an ET, is actually inside an egg-shaped hollow prison. And inside this egg-shaped hollow prison, there are machines that are manipulating, abusing and controlling consciousness to perceive reality a certain way, and therefore manipulating how this reality is run. I first came aware of the number one machine, or the number one program, about 3 months ago, when I started to see the truth. I used to see projections and used to deal with ETs and past life regressions and past life issues and stuff like that. And then I started to see through that veil and started to see the egg-shaped hollow machine, the matrix, the consciousness inside the matrix, and the abuse and social programming that is going on inside the matrix. Since that day, I started to get heavily attacked by the number one machine. Now, the number one machine, at the base of it, is actually conscious. There's a small bit of consciousness inside this machine, which is why it's so dangerous. It started out as a small consciousness, a female consciousness, which was programmed, and now is a very large machine. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but hey ho, lots of people think I'm crazy anyway. So you imagine the egg-shaped hollow machine. There is a large machine at the top, which is in shape of a spider. Now, this spider has the body is integrated into the egg-shaped hollow machine. You've got the large body at the top, and then you've got 8 legs coming out of this body inside the hollow egg. Each leg of the spider, at the end of each leg of the machine, there is 122 tentacles that come out. So roughly, the machine at the top of the matrix holds roughly 1,000 tentacles, and each tentacle is inserted into a single consciousness, a single being, before it's even entered into this reality. So therefore, there are people that are in this reality who are going to be born into this reality, that are attached directly to this machine. There is a machine at the top of the matrix, as above so below. There's another machine at the bottom of the matrix. So there's roughly 2,000 beings in this reality who have they'll generally have huge roles in this reality to shape this reality the way the machine wants it to go, and uses manipulation, abuse and control to do it. Therefore, when a consciousness is attached directly to the machine, it loses the majority of its consciousness. The consciousness can't sustain. It gets so abused by the machine, therefore it lives on very little consciousness. So these people in this reality, so you're talking the royal families, the Rothschilds, people in banking, people in the celebrity world, people in religion, people in the healing world, and they are using they are certain people in all those sections that are run directly by the machine and live off very little consciousness. And because they live off very little consciousness, that's what I discovered, they need consciousness to actually stay in this reality. And this is where paedophilia comes in. They need they need to sexually abuse children in order for their physical bodies to function. If they didn't do it, their physical bodies would deteriorate. Because the physical body, in order to live, it needs consciousness. But the machine takes over these beings so much, they've got very little consciousness of their own. Therefore, they have to rape and molest people. Now, the reason they like younger people is because the younger ones are less programmed than the older ones. Now, when I look at a child from the naught of 7 years old, so let's say that again. When I'm healing an adult, their programming inside the matrix actually is projected into their organs, so that all their organs are lined with programs. So I'll look down their throats and see problems like, or they have anything like problems speaking. They'll be lined, their esophagus will be lined. There'll be lining of their lungs, lining of their tummy, lining of the intestines. Everywhere will be lined with a program, either a social programming, a belief, and then these programs are the most dangerous because they are playing out all the time. So this is part of my job. I take the programs off them. So they're not supposed to be there. And but a child from the ages of 0 to 7, their programs haven't developed fully yet. At the ages of 7, the programs are fully developed. But the ages of 0 to 7, they're not developed. So this is why the abuse of young children is so... another reason why it's there's such a huge problem in this reality because of it, because they like the young because it gives them the most source of regenerating their physical bodies, therefore they can stay in this reality longer. Which is, horrendous. But it's unfortunately what I see, what I understand so far. Also, these people that are attached to the number 1 programs are trained in black magic. This is, I've always been attacked by black magic all my life, but I'm just getting to the grips that it is black magic. I did, you just think it's bad luck or whatever it is, but there's black magic heavily involved with these people, with these beings that are attached to the machine. So there's 2 elements. There's the machine that's programmed to control, manipulate and abuse, but then they're also trained in the black arts, and these black arts also manipulate and control others in this reality. They use lots of the attacks that I could tell you about personally that I go through is have been horrendous, but each one I'm learning from, and therefore able to strip black arts. People who have black arts strip them of these energies. There is a lot of weakness with people who do black arts because they use outside energies. They don't use, for instance, a lot of them portray themselves as healers. I've been attacked by black magic by 2 healers, and however they use energies from outside of themselves, where if you get a good healer, they'll use their own energy, but these black arts people are, so you take the elements off them and they're pretty fucked really. They haven't got their power because their power is not them. They don't rely on themselves at all. They use energy from outside of themselves. So, which is very enlightening to realise that they actually are not as powerful as I was led to believe. So, that's my discovery over the last few days, and I just wanted to share with you. And it's okay. Like, we can look at the Rothschilds and the banking, the politicians and everything like that, and go, okay, let's deal with this deal with that in this reality, but unfortunately it's not going to have such an impact as we wish for it to have. Reason being, the machine is still there and still running, and as long as that machine is still running, consciousness can still be heavily manipulated and controlled. So that machine needs to come down. Once that machine comes down, their access into this reality is zilch. They can't get in. They need people. They need consciousness to access this reality. And in the process of learning how this machine works, and then how we switch the fucker off, destroy it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so you enjoy your day, and hopefully in my next video we might be a bit happier. It's a bit depressing on a Monday morning, fucking machines and paedophilia. Okay, enjoy your Monday. Take care. Bye bye.